Starlink is the second largest internet service provider in Nigeria, and they are only second to Spectranet, which has been around for about 24 years now. And Starlink achieved second position in just 2 years and 6 months, which is really impressive, considering that that's like 10% of the time that Spectranet has been around. Nigeria was the first African country that Starlink launched in, but they've grown to 23 other African countries since then, and Chad is the latest on the list. Now, Starlink has about 146 authorized resellers across the world. These are businesses or individuals that sign up to be resellers of the product. And interestingly, I found out that MTN Group is one of Starlink resellers here in Africa. They do mention this on their website, that's MTN. Starlink, of course, listed MTN as a reseller on their website. How MTN talks about this partnership is really interesting because they have an article on their website and it only mentions Starlink once in the entire article. No mention of Starlink in the headline, no social media post, nothing. It just seems like they aren't really proud of the partnership. I have been using Starlink for about 2 years and 4 months now, and in no specific order, here are 5 things I love about Starlink. So far, I've tried a number of internet service providers. I've tried TZT, I've tried Spectranet, I've tried Swift, and MTN High Netflix 4G. I haven't tried MTN 5G. Main reason was because I wasn't sure I would get coverage at my location since it wasn't listed on their 5G map. They have this 5G map on their website, and you can check your location if you have coverage. I'm guessing most of the locations do have coverage. I want to assume they haven't updated their map, but that's just an assumption. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, I didn't go with 5G because I wasn't sure how it would perform. Where I live is more like a valley, so it's prone to bad network regardless of 5G or not, because I do have 5G on my phone. Although while I was editing this video, I learned MTN launched a FiberNet service called MTN Fiber X, which is fiber-based service like Fiber One and the likes. They offer free installation, which is cool, unlimited internet access with speeds of up to 50 Mbps at just 25,000 naira for 30 days, which is not bad. It's really good price. The only worry I have with fiber-based services is rat eating the cables. Yes, I have heard that as an excuse from an ISP before, where they say we lost internet service because rat ate the cables. I don't know, Nigeria is an interesting place. But if you have tried the MTN Fiber X, let us know in the comment section. I'd love to know how it's performing for you and if it's something you recommend. With Starlink, I only have downtimes when it is very cloudy, like really dark. It's going to be heavy rain, cloudy. And downtime is about 5 to 10 minutes at the most, after which the service is restored. Starlink standard actuated second gen kit and Starlink high performance will automatically level themselves to search for satellites overhead. This is very impressive, as I've heard people compare the Starlink dish to a DSTV dish, which is hilarious. That's like comparing Barney the dinosaur to Jurassic Park dinosaurs, like they are worlds apart. The Starlink dish is packed with cutting-edge technology, like amazing stuff. Like I was impressed when I learned how sophisticated the dish is, how well built it is, and it's impressive how the entire technology works itself. These are satellites that are moving at like 17,000 miles per second around low Earth orbit. That's like 22 times faster than the speed of sound here on Earth. Just do with that information what you may. Starlink isn't cheap, and I mean this relatively. The Starlink standard actuated kit, which is the Gen 2, it goes for 590,000 naira. And the Starlink standard kit Gen 3 goes for 520,000 naira. The new Starlink Mini goes for 318,000 naira. I think these are the 3 variants available on the market right now. And yes, these prices are crazy, considering the fact that most other alternatives are probably a fraction of this cost. And yes, Konga is the only authorized shopping shop for Starlink in Nigeria. Although Starlink has launched a Lagos office, so you can check them out if you want to. But at 57,000 naira per month, which is their monthly subscription for a residential plan, that's the best deal I've seen considering how reliable Starlink is. As a family, we sometimes consume over 1 terabyte of data every month, with 8 to 10 devices connected at any point in time. Streaming shows for the kids and adults alike. With that said, the price point I believe will still be the biggest barrier for a number of people. It's a great investment, but I guess depending on how you see it, it may not be worth it. But I have never had such peace of mind with any ISP in my entire life. Like, I wake up every day and I don't ever have to worry about internet service or reliability or strength or whatever people break their heads about the internet or their internet provider on a daily. I never have to do that. But yes, the price point will be an issue. I mean, the price point is where it is because the naira has really fallen over the years, the last 2 years especially. It's been the worst in the history of the currency. So I'd say I'll blame that, because compared to other African countries and other countries where Starlink is present, pricing is relatively not so bad. But anyways, it boils down to what you consider affordable or not. But for me, I think over time, the initial cost is worth it. On any given day, I get an average of 80 to 100 Mbps download and 17 to about 25 Mbps upload speed. Although sometimes there are downtimes when it gets really cloudy, say for about 5 minutes, the speed could drop to between 5 Mbps and 15 Mbps. But it still plays 1080p videos with no stress at all. Other than that, there's almost never a buffer moment. If you use an ISP that is as reliable as Starlink, let me know in the comments. Interestingly, I have gotten speeds exceeding 200 Mbps during heavy rainfall. Even with up to 8 devices connected, you don't feel any noticeable drop in speed while surfing the web. If you have to upload heavy files, the experience might suck a little. But for surfing the web, it's perfect. Fantastic, I must say. Very professional and relatively fast considering the time zone difference, since I live in Lagos, Nigeria, and Starlink is based in the US of A. In 2 years, I've gotten about $200 worth of freebies from Starlink. This includes months of unlimited internet access, a replacement router, and an RJ45 adapter. Way more than I can say for any other ISP in Nigeria that I've used, including MTN. Like, no shade on MTN, but I've been using MTN for about 2 decades now, and I seriously can't say the same for them. I made a video about the $200 worth of freebies, so click on the top right corner here or check the description for that video and follow the link. Last but not the least is the app. Now, there's a lot to talk about with the app because it seems like a basic thing, but a lot of ISPs have terrible apps. Well, let me run through some of the things that make this different, like Starlink's app, very different. It has everything you need and nothing you don't. It's a lot, so I'm going to try and Mario speed through this section. Now, there are 6 major sections that I would love to cover. There's the statistics, there's network, there's obstructions, there's speed tests, there's settings, and support. Now for statistics, statistics tells you how your Starlink router is performing. It starts on latency, power draw, throughput, and outages, which is really cool. I was really impressed to see the section that tracks outages and downtimes. Really nice. Really shows the level of confidence they have in their product to be able to show you how often it goes down or not. Network gives you a list of devices connected to your Starlink router and gives you the opportunity to rename those devices. It doesn't pick their names automatically, you have to put in the names. So it was a bit tricky tracking each device in the house and labeling them because some devices just have very vague names in here. You can see their throughput traffic, that is how much data that device is downloading or uploading to the internet. You can pause the internet service to that particular device, that is restrict access to that device. You can do a whole lot of stuff, for obstructions, that lets you know if the Starlink MIMO antenna, aka Dishy McFlatface, at least that's what Elon calls it, is exposed to the sky, with information on obstruction limiting its access to orbiting satellites. Now, that just simply means there shouldn't be anything obstructing your Starlink dish and the sky. It should have a clear view of the sky. I think about 120 degrees angle clear view. So you should look out for buildings, for trees around. It won't entirely stop internet access, but it would not allow optimal performance. Now, the last section I'm going to talk about, no, sorry, second to last. Is it? Third to last, yes. Speed. Speed test is pretty straightforward. I mean, you can just go into that section and test how good the internet speed is. I must say the speed test UI is pretty cool. It kind of tries to mimic what is actually happening between your Starlink outdoor dish and the satellites orbiting low Earth orbit. So you can see how the animation goes. That's kind of like how it works, where the dish is switching from one satellite to the other, trying to constantly, give you access to the internet. Now, number 5 is settings. Now, in settings, there are two main sections. There's the router and the Starlink. Now, under the router section, you get to change your network name, add content filtering, reboot the Starlink router if it ever comes to that, except there's power surge and something goes wrong and you need to reset, which rarely happens. But I have mine on a UPS, so I don't experience that. I can do some advanced things like custom DNS, which I don't need to. Now, under the Starlink section, you turn on the snow melt feature, which should turn on some heating system embedded in the Starlink dish. You can also use this feature to chase away your village people. Yes, your village people. Sometimes birds come and mount on the dish, and I'm kidding. It's not. It has nothing to do with that. This feature is mainly for people living in countries prone to snow. You want to ensure that the Starlink isn't obstructed by snow, so you can turn on this feature to melt away the snow from your Starlink dish. Also, store when you are traveling to a new location and you would like to fold the kit to its default position for easy storage for travel. And the 6th section, which has to do with support, you can get help and instructions on how to manage your account and Starlink kit. Now, when you chat Starlink support up, a bot will respond, but will promptly hand over to a human if it is unable to help resolve the issues. So if you chat it up and say maybe your Starlink isn't working or something is wrong with your router, or you have some access issues, a bot will initially try to understand what the problem is, give you some troubleshooting steps to follow. And if you do come back and say those steps didn't work out fine, it will refer you to a human instantly. Now, one thing I really love about the Starlink app is the fact that it has no unnecessary pop-ups, no ads for confusing bundles, no awoof brekete, double yakata. It's just clean. There's no confusing data plans or distracting convoluted promos. Vital info where you need it and when you need it. Clear breakdown of usage and signal quality. Very transparent diagnosis of your network performance. Why can't every ISP's app look and feel like this? I don't know. Anyway, here's an interesting hidden feature on the app. You can change your interface from the Earth to Mars, or you could make it snowy. Just a nice fun feature I think you might want to try. Here's how to do that. I hope this was helpful to you. In conclusion, as a product, I'll give it a 4.5 star. I would have given it a solid 5 if the upload speed was a little better. upload speed isn't that great, and I've seen a few people complain about having to upload heavy files, especially content creators, people who deal with heavy files. Yeah, it's not so great, but other than that, surfing the web, browsing the internet, watching movies, streaming, it's fantastic. I think gaming also, but I can't speak to gaming because I haven't used mine to do so much gaming. Starlink paused activation in Lagos, Abuja, and Rivers State, I think, for about 7 months now, but they have resumed direct activation from these locations as at June 2025. So if you were one of those people who were considering getting Starlink, but you were worried that you won't be able to activate because you're in Lagos, that restriction has been lifted, so you can go ahead and try it out and see how that works. Now, without any further delay, here's my special giveaway. So, to celebrate my debut video, I'll be giving away a brand new custom Basis Bowie H1i Bluetooth headphone. That was a lot to say. Whew. It comes with 40mm drivers, same as the Apple AirPod Max, noise cancellation also, low latency according to their box, USB Type-C port, basically the whole shebang. Here is how to win. Just like and subscribe to qualify. I'll be picking a winner in a week's time. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. See you next time.